Something unusual just happened in Venezuela, and depending on who you listen to, it's either the beginning of the end or just another chapter in a very long collapse. So let's slow this down and look at what actually changed, because this isn't really about Venezuela, it's about how pressure works. Recently, the United States began physically stopping Venezuelan oil tankers, not just sanctioning paperwork, not just threatening fines, actual interceptions at sea. That matters. Now, some analysts, including Peter Zeihan, describe this as a naval blockade, and technically that's close, but it's not a full wartime blockade. Ports aren't sealed shut, all ships aren't banned. What's happening is more precise. It's a selective maritime interdiction, targeted at sanctioned oil tankers, especially those tied to shadow fleets. That distinction matters because it changes what follows. Venezuela depends on oil exports for almost all of its foreign currency. That part is true, but here's the key point. Stopping some tankers is not the same thing as stopping all exports. Even under heavy sanctions, Venezuela has never hit zero. Oil reroutes, ships transfer cargo at sea, buyers accept discounts, gray markets adapt. And we're already seeing that again. Exports are slowing, cargoes are backing up, risk premiums are rising, but oil is still moving, which means predictions of zero exports miss how systems behave. They don't snap instantly, they bend, they reroute, they degrade. The same applies to the social side. Yes, Venezuela imports much of its food. Yes, losing foreign currency makes life worse. But claims of food riots within days don't match reality. The country has lived under extreme scarcity for years. Informal networks, aid flows, and black markets cushion the immediate shock. That doesn't mean things are fine. It means collapse is slow, uneven, and adaptive, not cinematic. So why does this matter? Because the real story isn't Venezuela collapsing tomorrow. It's that the United States crossed a line. For years, sanctions were financial. Now they're physical, and that sets precedent. The same shadow fleets moving Venezuelan oil also move oil for Iran and Russia. Enforcing rules at sea changes the risk map for energy markets. Not instantly, not inevitably, but structurally. So this may not be the end of Venezuela, but it is confirmation of something bigger. Sanctions just stopped being abstract. They became physical. And once pressure moves from paper to pipelines, the system never quite goes back to normal. The real question isn't whether Venezuela collapses next month. It's how far this kind of enforcement spreads and who learns to adapt faster.